I supposed to went live today. Hit up the mods today and administration. I have to hit them up tomorrow. Oh, hold up. Why is it saying I can't add you, bro? Hold up. Move. Get out of here. I sent you an invite too.
What's up, sis?
Nothing. Can you hear me? I can hear you though.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I hear you. I got you. What's going on?
Yeah, it started, you know. I was waiting on sis to pop up before I got started, so I would have to get up.
Yeah, I didn't watch this halftime show. It got me feeling a little pumped up, you know. I was like, dang.
I thought about it after we the day. I was like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about the Super Bowl today. What's good, bro? But that halftime show was definitely dope. It was fire.
Oh yeah.
Symbolism.
Yeah, I said it's time. Yeah, it's time to walk in the light.
Okay.
Yeah, it's time to walk in the power. Yeah, it's time to recognize.
It's definitely. Turn off the TV. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Peace, everybody that's coming in.
Peace, family.
I know. I don't know if I can do it. I need to go get my laptop because I think I sent some stuff to my laptop because I had found a good bit of information to just summary, but you know,
Right.
it ain't ultimately with the discussion.
He did.
Okay. Now,
And he was laughing when he said it too.
dead ass serious.
Yeah, I know last time it was the metaphorical Bible, so I just wrote down some verses.
Okay.
I just wrote down some verses, and went from there. Then I had a couple. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know.
Well, we can do that.
Yeah, I just took some metaphors, some sayings from there, and just did that.
Okay. Yeah, because the stuff that I had was definitely like different examples too. I got a lot of my thoughts. I meant to send them to my laptop before we got on here, but I just started. It is what it is.
Okay.
So we gonna make it do what it do anyway. So peace, everybody coming on. We have Isaiah on with us. Okay, he's back now.
What's up?
And we're gonna be talking about some metaphors. All right, metaphorically speaking. All right. And like I had said before, yo, get out of here. For one, get out. No, I want you out of here. The children are still lit. But like I was discussing before, how what we was talking about last time, also just kind of piggyback on it about how life, basically is full of metaphors. Existence is a metaphor. So we just gonna dive back into that information. And bro say he got a few verses, and we gonna break it down. We gonna build. Anybody want to add? Also, you can always come up too. Okay, just push the invite button if you want to, voice something, add to it. But we gonna go ahead and get started. So, like I was saying last time, meta deals with I can't even think, y'all. The intel, like your mind, and then we have this physical, right? Meta is also spiritual, and then we have the physical side of things. So it's actually combined as one. So yeah, bro, you want to go ahead and speak on one of the verses that you dive into?
So one of the verses I had, it said, "A man's foes shall be in his own household," and that household is the state of mind. That household is the state of mind, is the foes. So when we looking at the world and life, it's the internal thoughts that are going to manifest on the outside, the quote unquote physical.
Right.
And I was just sitting there thinking about that, and yeah, because I never thought about it that way, but I did. And there's a lot of things that come up that try to get us to take focus off self. Let me see. Let me get my glasses. I wrote it down.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Get my glasses.
Everybody, peace, fam.
Get my glasses. I wrote my notes.
Okay.
My notes.
Yeah, my notes.
Okay,
too.
so those enemies in the household can be, limiting beliefs. Like, for sure.
The self-doubt.
From
Yeah.
limited beliefs. Not understanding that we are the light. Like, you are your greatness. You are the love. So that was one of them for me. And it was another verse that said, a city has to be built on a high hill. And that high hill is the proper understanding of who you are, who we are. A high hill. And that high hill, that information is out there. It comes from the ancient understandings, and it comes from moving in those understandings and staying at that frequency.
Right.
Staying up when things appear, to be quote unquote bad,
Right. Like through the struggles, through the wire, you got to stand up. You got to still rise above it. You still got to be in that higher consciousness, a level.
Right.
That
because everything on the outside is a moving show. It's here one day, then it's gone.
Right.
It's up one day, then it's down. But self is always the same. Always the same. Yep.
That is true.
Always in that that bliss or that oneness frequency is always there.
Yep, always back to one too. Always come back to one.
Mm-hmm. And then I wrote a bunch of them down.
Oh, that's cool.
I had another one.
I ain't even got
I
no
had the other
laptop.
one because it said your enemies is in your own household, okay? But that household is your mind, how you relate to self, how you relating to the reflections you
Okay.
seeing, how you relating to self and how you relating to the reflections. But then the Bible say, love your enemies. So those it say, love your enemies. So that is going within self. That's going back within self and showing self-love.
Come on, bro.
That's going back in what people say transmuting.
Okay.
that understanding, realizing your true nature and how beyond you are, and then yourself will put it back together for you.
Always.
Yourself will put it back together for you. It will.
Always. It always will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing any comments, so if y'all comment and I don't see them yet, it is expected. But peace, everybody. Peace, family. Peace, bro. I see you down there too. But yeah, that is so true. That I agree with everything you say because metaphysically speaking, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's what gives us the visual to a higher understanding of self.
Right. Yep. Speaking of visual, so I was checking out this I can't even remember the name of it. Maybe it's called Awaken Imagination. And but it was pointed out in that book the power of visualization, the power, which is what we do. We've always been doing it. We always been doing it. But tapping into self, those we always been doing it, but using your visualization to let go and forgive.
Right.
I think in the book it was saying how forgiveness, how that frees you, it makes room within you. So now that yourself can come and you can show you that love. And it was saying things like this thing. It was saying let's say I don't know, you had something going on with somebody, altercation or whatever it is, right? He was saying you can go within your own being and change how that occurrence happened, and change how it happened, and you can feel that feeling all then of forgiveness, love, peace, just with the working it in the mind over and over and over.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, our experiences right now, even like with this journey, and us being on the self journey instead of metaphor of the source, the visualization or the imagination of source. So, every little thing that we do, every little thing that we've created through the mind is a metaphor to our existence. I mean, it's just like, when we went to church, it was just really like a metaphor, even though we understand the levels and titles dealing with the church, but it still is a metaphor to get you to your higher self, to get you to to get you to that unification, well, not unification, but that unity within self, right? That one. So that's why I say, it doesn't matter. I've came to a realization anyway that it doesn't matter what you do to get you through, right? Going back on the belief system, right? It's all about what you believe in, and what you truly believe in becomes your vision. It becomes your outlook.
Right. I like how you said, what did you say? You said religion is what you rely on.
Right.
what you rely on. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because something to rely on in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, we really do, to get through, through life, the building blocks, the cycles, the transformation of self. So
Right.
we definitely do have to rely on something.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful that I'm just able to dive deep into the intelligence of self, like the source,
Right.
get into that space, and understanding the metaphors of life. You got another verse? Got another verse? And peace to everybody coming out.
No, I'm trying to hear. I want to hear some of your metaphors.
My metaphor is really sweet and short. Okay. I say a lot of metaphors anyway.
Right.
When I be speaking and going live, I say a good bit of different metaphors, like the black sun. Okay, that's a metaphor, and it actually deals with the inner darkness or the inner abyss of self, right? That source,
Right.
the eternal self, the dark, not the dark side, but the shadow, right? So it's a metaphor to the other side of you. The dark sun rising, the dark side coming back. That is all dealing with the inside of you, that within energy, that inner self rising. There's another one that I seen when I was reading. Of course, I said a journey because that is a metaphor too. Let's see. Another one I like is the Ye Are God ones. This one just came to me too.
You said who?
The Ye Are Gods verse. Um, that is a deep metaphor. It can go various ways. But I have dived deep into with it mentally, dealing with the consciousness and the thoughts, and your thoughts becoming your creations, your children, most high, dealing with your higher consciousness, your higher self, the internal soul within, source within. So that verse alone, a lot of people can, have a perception of it dealing with, well, if that's a God, and then I'm a God. Understanding what God really is and the metaphor for it, okay? God is actually just the metaphor. Behind the metaphor of the word God is energy, is frequency. It's what we generate into our reality, right? So the Ye Are God's part will be everything that you have generated through your mind, or that you have generated into your existence through choice and decisions, or what you have visualized, right, to become your reality. So that's another deep ass metaphor. And it can be literal and physical. Metaphor can go different ways.
Sure.
Literal, it can go physical or spiritual. But like I said, it all goes back, like we say, to your belief system, which deals with your visualization. But yeah, that one is one of the deepest ones that a lot of people probably still don't understand the metaphor on it. But it's a start of finding out who you truly are, what you truly are. Then you can get the digging. So metaphors is going to get you to ask some questions, because it can be things that you can reference it to, that it isn't relatable to, like the black sun, right? So everybody's visualization would be a black sun, but the black sun has nothing to do with your internal self, image wise.
Right.
But
You said the
metaphor,
black sun has nothing to do with your internal self.
right?
Mm.
Image wise,
As far as the outside,
right?
it's all about bringing forth what is within you.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I see the metaphors too working. Like anything that's internal, it becomes physical. That's the metaphorical. That's the metaphysical. It becomes visual.
Oh,
Your existence.
yeah, and then to piggyback off that, I realized how powerful we are through, like you said, whatever you put in will come out. Wherever you put in will come out. And man, wherever you put in will come out. And that's why I took it upon self to give self its proper food. It's proper
Right.
food. To give self its proper food,
You definitely anything. Your intake is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to figure out how can me and the goddess get along, but I ain't realized that rap music was doing me one. It was doing me one. And
Right.
because the mantras of it. I'm riding with the guys and this be this and F this be this and we going out. And, as I start working on stuff, I'm like, man, where does this even come from? Went all the way back to the constant reminding self or of telling self, hey, your reflection is a bitch. Your reflection is this.
Everything you put in the mirror.
Yep.
Everything you put in the mirror is definitely gonna reflect.
Mm.
Even if you indulge in it just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and it doesn't completely become your objective of life or your your thought process. But even just for the split second of just indulging in it, it becomes just a reflection at that moment too. So you definitely got to be careful with your intake. You got to understand how much of the intake, because a lot of the intake can be very influential. Can become your personal life, your personal
Right.
thought process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I still listen to a lot of hood stuff, y'all best believe.
Yeah.
You best believe.
I was listening to Kendrick before he came on.
Okay. But I can't listen to it every day. I can't.
No. No, I have days where I don't even listen to nothing.
I can't. I can't listen to it every day. It has to be something that I'm in the moment and I'm listening to it. Going down memory lane and remembering some stuff. But it's not on that regular playlist. So yeah, you just gotta gotta be definitely wise with that. You are what you eat is another metaphor.
Right.
And that's just not health wise, body wise, physically wise, but spiritually, yeah.
And then it was another, I don't know if it was a metaphor, but my mom used to say this. She used to say, speak life into self. And I changed it to think life into self, but she used to say it all the time. She used to say, speak life into self. Don't ever speak darkness into self. Don't ever speak darkness into self. And it's things we go through, and we don't have to claim what we've been given.
Right.
Like, if you got something going on or anxiety or this, you are the light to your world, so you don't have to put light on any darkness. And it hit me when she used to say that, speak life into self. Speak life into yourself.
Okay.
Speak life into others. And that's another reason why, like you just said, the indulgence of the music, because is the music speaking a purity to you, a divine message to you, Man, she used to say it all the time.
I'm telling you, yeah, the divine message of not going back. Not going back. Oh, well, I remember those days. I can't do it no more. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one too. Yeah, that is definitely a nice one because I always tell my kids to, well, I do tell them to, speak healthy things into them.
Yeah.
The, don't think sick, don't want to be sick.
Right.
Because kids they see that as something else. Of course, they sick day to get to stay home, but who wants to have that a part of their existence? It's fun and dandy because you're young now, but who wants to speak that into their life? So I try to teach them to speak something more valuable, into themselves. Don't think less of themselves. I mean, you can use any type of metaphor to gravitate into your higher self.
Yeah.
It really don't matter.
Yeah.
It's all about vision, how you see it. It's all about how you see it, how you think it, how you see it,
How you relate to source.
how you relate to it.
Man, she used to say another one. What's what my mom used to say? She used to say another one. It's gonna come. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me because I was thinking about it. Maybe I wrote it down.
How y'all doing down? How y'all doing in the comments? I was about to say something else down there. But how y'all doing in the comments? I can't see no comments if y'all are commenting, so please forgive me. I'm not ignoring no one, I promise. Okay. But yeah, I wish I could see y'all comments. You are alive to me. I would say, you tell me if I should have had my laptop. It's seen that way.
She used to say another one.
Oh, we
She
do.
used to say,
Y'all not come back. Y'all just listening. Bro, like, let me check. Because we doing good.
I can't get it. I can't get it. I can't get it. But she used to say this one too. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Ooh, that's the most popular one.
She used to say it all the time. And I said, why would I be fake? I ain't being
All
fake.
you need before it hatch. Okay? Don't count all your eggs before it hatch. Hey, sis. Now I can see y'all comments because I couldn't see nothing. Maybe I wasn't commenting yet. I'm good. How you doing? But yeah, that fake it till you make it, that's the most popular one right there.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you gotta fake it sometimes till you make it. Okay? You can't let everybody know what the hell going on. So you got to fake like you're not doing something. Yeah, I see you. You can't let everybody know. So you gotta fake. You got to have a poker face on. Okay, until you get to where you need to get to be able to. Till you make it right, then you be able to tell everybody what it is. Sometimes you gotta hold stuff. Yeah. What's another way of manipulating? The metaphors? Fake it till you make it. Oh yeah, it is.
You guys, sometimes you gotta manipulate yourself. Get where you need to be.
That's true.
Get your happiness. Get to wherever you need to be to stay there.
That's true.
Stay up.
You're manipulating your atmosphere until it actually happens.
Right. You got to manipulate your energy, your power, yourself.
Your mind.
Your mind.
Yep.
Right.
You got to. Because if you don't, somebody else will.
Remember we talked
Something.
about manipulation? Ain't all manipulation bad?
Yeah, I remember that. Wow, man, we said that all manipulation ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. Now it becomes like bad, I guess, if somebody else is just easily can manipulate you into this certain shit, right? And you allow your mind to manipulate itself into that vibration, right? So, yeah, sometimes it can be a little damaging to yourself. That's what you allowing yourself to be manipulated to or stimulated.
Right.
But when you're manipulating yourself for greatness or to let go, like you said earlier, okay?
Let go.
Yep, you gotta choose self ultimately every time. And you got to manipulate yourself sometimes just to get the ball going and moving in the direction that you wanted to go to.
No, you're right, because it made me think of the law of assumption. The law of assumption. The law of assumption. When that's what made me to fake it till you make it. You know, telling yourself what you gonna feel, how you gonna be. You know, or getting yourself ready. You know, however you do so. But that's the
Right.
law that's within us, and it worked. Fake
Right.
it till you make it.
Right.
Program yourself. Yeah, you got to reprogram the program.
Okay, reboot yourself. Okay.
Restart, reboot. You know, shut down, take the battery out.
All right, get out.
Put it back in.
Okay, and reboot. All right. I
Mm-hmm.
just the Matrix shit with just doing that, you know, got to get the bug out, reprogram the program, you know. You got to manipulate the Matrix.
Right.
Which is to
Stay up.
program. So yeah, you know, I mean, when we dive in information all the time, you know, a few of us, you know, not just as a few of us in here, that's what we be doing. We be metaphorically speaking on some high beam shit though, right?
Right.
Because the vibration that, you know, our thought process has, you know, tapped into is taking us out of the box. Okay. As they say, unplugged. So life from a outer experience.
Right.
Well, yeah. I'm saying outer because it's out of this like physical experience, but in the inner experience at the same time when I said that. But we're seeing it from that view, right? So yeah, we catch every thing, okay, that comes our way. Even just reading the Bible is very easy in a physical way. When you mentally thinking, that's not even what I want to say, y'all. When you're reading the Bible on a different mindset, right, than a literal stance. Reading it from a not of the flesh, more metaphysical metaphor way, you see the divine message. It definitely it's like it's worth eating. Like you see shit that people probably won't even understand what it is when it pertains to self, and understanding that everything is self. You know, even when people just you just hear some shit, people say something to you, but just understanding this world and the vibration of it all. I don't know. I just say that, y'all. But yeah, everything works, you know. That's how the occult navigates. That's how the elite navigate. the higher ups in a sense. They all navigate when it comes to the metaphors, when it comes to illusions, certain rituals, as people say. But, you know, when it just comes to the dialogue of what they put into the media, all right? So they're very hip to it too. And it definitely can roll some emotions, um, high or low. It's all about the metaphor they're giving, the vision, how they're giving it to you, and how your mind is going to receive it.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sis. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Like that. I wish I would have got
What's
my,
some more metaphors you got?
huh?
What's some more metaphors?
I was just about to, I was thinking about the Valley of Death verse, but I don't have my Bible to say it verbatim. But I was just about to talk about, I was about to say how that is a metaphor too, even through our darkest times, which is
It was
actually that metaphor, you walking through the darkness, all right, or the dark death. I mean, I can't even get it, but the darkness and in the valley. And this is basically just you going within. But the way that they perpetrate the verse in church, of course, you would think of it on some literal dark shit, but it really is some literal dark shit, put it like that. But it's eternal self, right?
right.
You going inside of you, facing all your dark shadows, the death, which is the shadows.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it reminds me of this one scripture that says, I think I might have wrote it down. Maybe. No. Oh, here it is, Matthew 10:38. He said, and he that doth not take his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. And that's like self saying he that wants to be worthy must embrace the death or the darkness, like you just said.
right,
Embrace the constant transformation of self, the constant realization of self. You know, the pick up your, I think he said, pick up your torture state and follow me. So on the journey to self, it's constant transformations. It's constant picking up that quote unquote cross, which is you, and or shedding. It's a constant shedding, a constant
yeah,
sacrificing the quote unquote human,
mm-hmm.
you know, so that you can rise
Right, every day,
every
every
day.
live and die.
Yep, every day, constantly.
See, every day you live and die, and you got to sacrifice every day just to live, right, and rise again in the world of metaphors. And the crazy, and it was something else I was just about to say when you said that, but that's why we be saying, you know, you got to decode the Bible because life got to be decoded. All right. You have to be decoded. You have to go inside and decode your own self. And the only way you're going to be able to decode yourself is to go into that internal darkness. Each time they talk about a character or a verse or a character in the Bible going into the darkest moments, right? Like the valley of death. The Revelations deals with darkness.
Right.
The verse you just talked about, Matthew, It's all about going into the eternal self, the darkness, right? And reflect, face your shadows so you can rise.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You gotta defeat that mirror. You have to face that reflection. All right.
Right.
So you won't have that fearful energy or that energy that it keeps you from moving and it have you stuck.
Yeah, that's stagnant in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So each one of those verses, talking about you going into your internal self and facing your darkest timest moments, or trauma, anything that's in your darkness that you need to reflect on and move forward or to transform, right? Because transformation means you have to die.
Yeah.
All right. And by dying, you have to face that internal darkness. Right?
You gotta shake off the old dust.
They took away from the church. When this is a metaphor dealing with you going within yourself, your temple, your body, okay? And automatically facing that demon, right? Or that devil within you and putting that shit to rest. Taking your power back from that part of the source, okay? And letting it go and rise. Out of your internal self. Each time we rise up out of our internal self, our internal darkness, all right, we push through, all right, in a physical. And if you're not letting go of that energy or facing that energy, right, in that death valley of death, okay, your shadows, you're going to keep seeing that shit and you're going to keep getting spooked. And then it begins to break down your body. See, I don't think a lot of people understand how deep this shit really goes. It might be a time and place for that, but I'm gonna just say what I got to say. But that really breaks down the physical body. You know what I'm saying? When you don't face these reflections. All right? It's putting you at a limit. And when you're put at a limit, because we all gonna reach our limit, regardless of how vibrational I am. I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna reach my limit. All right? But a lot of people will put more limits on themselves, which is causing their body to break down, and you end up transitioning. Okay? Now we can transition in this reality because, like I said, to transform, you have to die. And dying is a form of letting go.
Letting go. Let go and let God.
All right? Or die and become God. Because, hell. So that's why we say, people got people, but just learn how to decode the metaphors. Metaphors is actually one of my favorite studies in school. Because it definitely gives you an insight of words being used that can also be used against you if you're not aware of that. All right? It's what gives you your vision. History is a metaphor.
His story? So every time we say his story.
All right. Or historian. All right. And it still deals with the eternal energy. The ongoing cycles of life, but it's a metaphor, and it gives us a visual of what life has overcome, went through. All right, these multiple visions of our existence. Slavery is a metaphor. I mean, it deals with the enslavement of your mind. Okay. Yeah.
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 Yeah, you be going in with the metaphors for sure.
I mean, metaphors can control one's mind. It can control one's life. I had that's why I said I wish I would have set this shit to my laptop, because I had this quote from old guy from back then, and he was talking about metaphor. And he was talking about how metaphor can be used as a powerful tool to one's mind, and how they created the alphabet and numbers, the zodiac. All of that is more metaphors.
Right.
The image of Jesus is a metaphor. I mean, it's a metaphor of how a human would look, right? But if we take the human, the skin off, and deal with it from a spiritual aspect, we can see human as a hue, like HUE, the colors.
Color.
You know what I'm saying? They hit the crystals.
Right.
You know, they give us our aura. So,
I'm here.
you know, and attach to man, which makes it physical.
Mm.
And man can also mean being.
Mm. Well, I
Metaphors.
appreciate it. I appreciate it, sis, letting me on and doing this.
Oh, like
for
I
sure.
shit else is like this.
Yeah, you dropping it. Yeah.
Okay,
But huh?
you know, I be going in too sometimes. I be having to let it flow. But you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
going in since I can't even fuck with you. You talking. I'm just
No.
flowing, my man, bro. But yeah, I really enjoyed you coming on here because, hey, what you brought, those verses, I need a copy of them. Or just send me the verses. I definitely want to dive in it too. But I always, appreciate when one of the fam come up, build with me. We talk about some shit.
Yeah, I've been in a group, but I never. I know you be having your live just open. You know, anybody could be getting on. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, come
I'll get on.
back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna come back.
Come back. Because, hell, we can talk about some things. We can talk about anything. It's, we trying to expand the mind.
Right. Go
And
somewhere.
part of it. We are a part of it. So, hell yeah. I always come back, bro. When you're ready, I'll be ready.
Mm-hmm. All right, sis. All right, family.
All right, y'all. See you next time, bro.
All right.
Y'all. It was a good line. Yeah, it was very good because, metaphors go a long way. Okay? It is the existence of self. When it comes to, visualization, imagination, the fairy tale of life. Yeah. It's definitely got to dive deep into that information because it's definitely who you is. You a metaphor. We a metaphor. Everything's a metaphor, okay?
Metaphorically.
Okay, metaphorically speaking, okay? Spiritually and physically speaking, my let me say that right because it's spiritually and physically speaking. So yeah, both sides to the story, all right? But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate Isaiah coming on here. We wanted to talk about it again, add a little bit more tea to it. And it's really the keys of life. Like I said, giving you the keys. Got to look at it, on a metaphysical way, on a meta way. It's gonna show you every time, all right? And you're gonna show up every time. All right. So yeah. No need to be mad or discouraged or nothing like that. You just got to see it. All right. You are the divine message, and you're going to give it to yourself metaphysically, metaphorically speaking. I'm out, y'all. Love, peace, and oneness. Peace.